I sort of have this vision of you get to a certain point in life and you realize that you want to do something more. And so I've challenged myself within the next 2 years, complete a 50K race, like just finish the race. That seems like an incredibly lofty goal considering the shape I'm in right now. So we've got a ton of work to do. And the first thing that we're going to tackle actually is Manitoba Snowshoe Run that's coming up in February. Well, welcome to Northgate Trails. It's a multi-use area just outside Dauphin, Manitoba, and beautiful powdered snow just fell last night. Not so great for the driving, but it's beautiful out here. Basically, we're starting like the first week of training, and we're going from couch to a 50K, and I'm giving myself 2 years to do it. I don't know, I think I can do it. And the goal of the first year is really simple. It's to focus on 1, getting in shape, and 2, just getting some race experience, because there's so much that I don't understand about racing long races. The goal is to get some 5 and 10Ks done this year and to start to get back in shape. But hey, sometimes in life you have to set yourself really high goals and then you have to go for them. And the first thing that we're going to tackle actually is the snowshoe run, the Manitoba Snowshoe Run that's coming up in February. And we're going to be tackling that first. So we're just coming up to the trailhead right now. And so the phone is saying 4.88. That loop. Oh. It just died. So just down the trail there, it was 4.88, so we should be 4.9. We could do a loop around and do 5 kilometers. Training for the snowshoe run in Manitoba was really quite tricky. January and February in Manitoba are cold, up to minus 40 degrees Celsius, and it's really hard to get out when it's that cold. The other problem I had is that my camera batteries either kept dying or my phone would freeze, so that became a constant battle of trying to keep the equipment going. And it was hard to get into a constant rhythm of knowing where I needed to progress. The weather also never cooperated. It was either a huge dump of snow or freezing rain or warming up the next day, which made it really difficult to really get into a rhythm and get progress going. It was a learning curve. All in all, the question still remained, was I going to make it? Is this really the direction that I should be going? And was I ever going to progress as a trail runner? Or was this just some sort of fantasy that I was chasing? Well, training time for today, 4.8 kilometers, hour and 10 minutes. Not too bad. Gear up, we got another month, I think, before the snowshoe run, something like that. I always had this plan that I was going to get in shape, whatever get in shape means. And so finally I was turning 40 and I had this whole thing, fit by 40, you know, kind of a January goal. And then fit by 40 sort of went, and then there was fit by 41, and then fit by 42. And now it's sort of become this ongoing joke of fit by 44, and now we're on to fit by 45. Something clicked with me this year that I didn't realize before, and it's taken me a little bit to finally wrap my head around it. And I think there's a couple things, but one was I realized that I needed a mindset shift, because the problem was I wasn't motivated enough. I had nothing that I was really going towards. And so how do you motivate yourself to actually get going and accomplish something? You know, there's so much to unpack with that, but I think I figured something out. In the book Atomic Habits, he talks about the same thing that I sort of discovered. And when I read the book, I realized that this is kind of what I'm thinking about. And it's the idea that you don't go after the object. So it's like, I'm going to lose 10 pounds. That's sort of like a goal that you're trying to get to. And you can have goals, but goals kind of go away. And the idea is that we don't want to accomplish a goal as much as we want to completely shift our life. We want to become something else. Once I realized and I clicked in and I said, you know what? I'm going to sign up for a race because it's something random that I'm going to do. And so I signed up for the snowshoe race. And I realized that as soon as I did that, I had sort of this goalpost sitting out there that I was going towards. So the goal was, I'm going to do this race. I have something to do. I need to train for it. And as soon as I started training, then I found it easier to actually eat better. Getting out there, I was on the trails, I was doing stuff, I was starting to take steps forward. But the whole idea of this chapter that is in Atomic Habits is the idea is that you don't go after the goal, you shift who you are. So I no longer identify as someone who just sits on the couch or just works, or, you're the businessman, you're you're working 12 hours a day. I still do all that, but it's a difference of now I am a trail runner. What a crazy day. So this morning, it's February in Manitoba, and February in Manitoba is supposed to be super cold, -40 weather. Well, it's like +2, +3 today Celsius, so it's melting. And it rained this morning and turned everything into a skating rink. So we are up in Riding Mountain National Park, and fortunately it did not rain here, but look at this. So we're going to run a couple trails here. I hope that I can run this trail, and we'll see how it goes. Nobody out on this trail right now, so we'll see if we can get a couple kilometers in. I have not tried running on a trail like this year. Distance-wise, it should be easy, but we'll see. All part of the training. Oh, it's a lot of work. Still going though. We're still going. Warming up for sure. Okay, let's see if we can make it all the way back up to the parking lot. I had not tried doing that before. That was a good workout. So that was run one. It was a little over a kilometer. I know it's just super short, but I do like this trail. We're gonna go to another trail we'll decide when we get there if we're doing the 3K trail or the 4K trail. Just haven't mentally decided which one we want to go on. That one we'll probably try to push the pace. I don't think we'll run it because there's no point, but we'll definitely try and push the pace and do a fast pack it, and that should be it for today for running anyways. Oh, that sun is gorgeous. I think it's about -2 here. They didn't get any of the rain, nothing, so up in the park it's absolutely beautiful right now. Part of my goal with all of this is to not hurt myself. So the part of me that still thinks that I'm 18 wants to get out here and just run and put the hours in and start, stop, and do everything that I did when I was a young guy. But I have to realize I have to take a different training approach now that I'm a little bit older. And part of that is to be patient and to work the process. First race of 2026.
Why do you record me? I'm not racing.
So the Manitoba Snowshoe Run is awesome. You should come out. The race itself is a 5 or a 10K. Kind of different every year as to where it goes. But it's a great event. This year is pretty small. Not a ton of racers out there and lots of people just out to have fun. It's not an overly serious event. The race starts up at Selo, Ukraine.
Okay, on your marks, get set, go!
Right at the start, I kind of got in front, not front, but towards the front. And I fell in line with Leo or Leon. He is a 72-year-old fellow, a little bit taller than I am, but he was awesome because he was my pacer for the entire race. I just stepped right behind him and tried to keep up. Well, we passed someone, which I hadn't done in like 10 years, so check that off my list. But the trails down there are beautiful. Like, you're down in the middle of this valley and you're up and down. It's really interesting. Except for the one part where you go straight across a field, which super sucked. As you're going across the field, the snow is only a couple feet deep. But the top part is crusty, but it's not crusty enough to hold me up all the time. So you're trying to walk so carefully on top of the snow, but just as you're walking, all of a sudden your foot would go through, and your foot goes underneath the snow, and then it hooks on the front of your snowshoe. So you either pull through it and pull your snowshoe right out, or it trips you and you fall on your face. So I only did that once. Honestly, it was just getting your mindset so that your just mind was in the moment. You weren't worried about what was next. You weren't worried about how long you're going. I didn't have a watch or anything fancy to keep track of my time. So I had no idea how many kilometers we had gone. And then we get to this field section and there's about 2 feet of snow, and it was the hardest part because we were well into the race by then. And I could have taken that opportunity to pass Leon. I was just enjoying snowshoeing with him so much that I was happy to stay in line. By the time we got to the finish line, I had already sort of said in my mind, like, I could easily just run out and run past him. But honestly, he was the one that kept me going and kept the pace going. And I was so thrilled with that he could get whatever place, even if it was third place, then I would go in fourth. But lo and behold, when we get there, we had no idea, but he was second and I was third. And so that was awesome.
Almost there! Perfect. All right, fellers, hop on up there.
Yeah, nice. Be outside.
The main reason for not coming first is you don't have to climb up on the dam.
All right, look at me. Great job, guys. All right, perfect. Thank you so much.
That was my 72-year-old pacer.
Yeah.
Got me here.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the lake.